I see how much freedom I have as a journalist
Yeah.
to say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And I get things wrong sometimes. And I have incentives, especially when my journalism is subtly guided by the invisible hand of the YouTube algorithm,
Yeah.
an attention economy, ad driven experience, which like to some extent all media, free media is. Journalism and advertising have been walking side by side forever. As long as there's been journalism, there's been advertising supporting that journalism. But I see how whimsical the winds of change on these platforms can push me. And
Yeah.
I hold really strong, but like I feel those incentives. And then I think if the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal or the Economist didn't exist and it was just a bunch of guys like me trying to do their best, boy, like it would be really hard to know what's real. It'd be really hard.
Well, it is really hard to know what's real
It already is. Yeah.
right now.
It already is.
I think you're doing great work. But also, there are other individuals out there. You have been criticized online
Yeah.
in a big way on multiple occasions. And it's good that there's people that like, have caught you on moments where things got a little bit loose,
Yep.
right? And I think what's been incredible is, if I hope I understand the details of the story correctly. Like you got criticized for a video, and then you managed. It was part of a series, and you brought them onto your team.
Yep. To help with the
To
rest of the
get
series.
it more accurate.
What happened there is exactly what the best version of independent storytellers, journalists, disagreeing and having a discourse could look like. It's exactly right. I got a big sort of factual framing thing wrong on this European series. Got called out by this Dutch YouTuber who's like has a degree in history and is doing a history thing, and he called it out. He had a really good debunk of like one big part of my video, and I responded and was like, "You are absolutely right."
Was that hard?
Yes, it was hard because I have a defensiveness, of course, because I get ripped up on the internet all the time by people like, "You got this wrong." I watched his thing, and it was this measured, good faith argument, which is so rare on the internet.
That's
so rare.
that is the problem. That there's checks and balances. Like a person like that is doing God's work, in my opinion.
Yes.
In the pursuit of truth, right?
Yes.
But it's so hard to sift that from the noise.
Yes.
Because I'm sure elsewhere on the internet, anybody just anyone having a bad day can just.
Yes, the incentive is not to be good faith. It is the good feeling that people get on Twitter and in the YouTube comments is the snarky, low blow, bad faith argument. It just feels good. I don't know what it is about human psychology, but that in the anonymous world of the internet is just an amazing thing. It just buzzes people. The rigorous good faith discourse, which is like more common in academia and kind of more sophisticated like information circles, is way harder. It's way more arduous, and it is way less zingy, I think, for people. And so when I saw that, I was like, hell yes to this. So I commented and said, "You are absolutely right. I was wrong. I am sorry." And then I brought him on to help fact check the second piece. And then he wrote the third part of the series.
And that's incredible.
He wrote it, and he did an amazing job, and we collaborated, and it was awesome. And his career was made off of dunking on me, and I freaking love him for it. He got like 100,000 subs.
That's awesome.
He like started with 500 when he made the video.
Wow.
And he just
What's his name?
His channel is called Past Present.
Cool.
It's fantastic. His name is Joachim. He's a friend now. He's on our Slack. I chat with him.
Cool.
He's a cool guy. And this was like an amazing moment of like good faith discourse. If that could be the model of independent voices, amazing. Yeah. But too bad that's just like a utopian pipe dream. That's not how it's gonna be.
Yeah. So does online criticism get to you ever? Because I gotta say, as a sensitive person, I mean, I'm a giant critic of myself.
Yep.
And so if anybody says something that I'm secretly feeling, because I could always do better.
Yes.
Then that gets me.
Yep.
Like and sometimes I feel like I'm knocked on my ass.
Yeah.
And a bit demotivated.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh shit, they're right.
It's pretty amazing to me that even after all the years of being in this, and I have kind of thick skin, I cover really complicated topics with people who have a lot of emotional feelings about it. And even after all these years, my skin is never thick enough to just be completely devoid of being affected by the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Even though I know that it's like some kid in his basement, like doing some power dynamic thing where he like feels cool saying some like low blow thing, it still gets to me because I'm a human being. And it's like, I'm not sure that'll ever go away. My skin is thickened, but I'm not sure it'll ever thicken enough to make those things go away. The more bad faith they are, the easier they are to dismiss. It's those ones that exactly what you said, where they're like a little close to home, or they are kind of a bad faith take on, like they're basically exploiting one little thing that I missed, but making it seem like a huge deal, even though in my mind I'm like, this is not a huge deal. Like this, I skirted over that. Those are the ones where they sort of get to me.
Yeah.
They still do, and I wish they didn't. Like I think every YouTuber is just like, I wish I could just not care about this.
Is it weird because you've gotten to a stage now where your channel's huge, you know? I mean that's relative, right? It's subjective, but you're reaching a tremendous amount of people with every upload. Mm-hmm. Is it weird that you're a concept for people that is out of your control? Like people will use your face, you know, and people will successfully use your face and it clicks on YouTube, right? Yeah. Is that weird to you ever that there's it's not this guy, it's Johnny Harris.
Yeah, it's the symbol component of it is actually comforting, strangely. This is weird, but like, you know, my partner had her channel and it was more lifestyle, it was more personal. She shared our travels, she shared her mental health, like it was very personal. Mm-hmm. And I saw her grow and then realize I don't want to do this. I don't want my world, my life, my personal experience to be the symbol, to be the thing that people, the sort of the currency that the internet deals in. Yeah. When that started to happen a couple of years ago, I tightened the screws down on my content, even my like Insta stories and stuff, and I made it about stories and about this little brand that I have. A guy who likes math. And it's a shadow of my real self. I am a curious guy who's surrounded in maps and is curious and a little bit chaotic. Like that is me. But I've truly and intentionally curated it as a thing that can be symbolized and remixed and tossed around because it's not personal. I don't feel like they're doing that to me. Yeah. The guy, the human who has feelings, they're doing it to an archetype. That's very comforting, actually. So when I see people do that and they talk about me like I have there's this meme going around, it's like, is Johnny Harris CIA? And it's like a real, like actual, like has a surprising amount of traction meme.
Really?
Is Johnny Harris CIA? Like what? I kind of love it.
But are you though?
I could be. Yeah, we don't know.
This is a well-practiced answer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All these tactics. What I love about that is it represents this idea that like people can truly look at me as this brand, as this person that could be anyone.
Yeah.
I could be living this wild life, and they don't know that like
I
live like the life that I live. Like if they saw it, I sometimes will be like down brushing my teeth with my kids, and I'll be like, if the guys who think I'm CIA just could see me right now, I'm like this tired guy who's like renovating my house, but I'm like brushing my teeth with my kids right now, like in my basement of my in-laws. And I'm like, they could just see me right now. Like I'm just a dude. Like it would be actually kind of disappointing to them. I kind of like that they just have this like very pared down version.
Yeah, everyone knows CIA agents don't brush their teeth. No. Just mouthwash. It's more efficient. No,
you
but
know
I get what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
dude.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Just this basic dude.
Yeah.
I've been very intentional. I don't share travel. I don't travel vlogs anymore. I don't share.
Yeah, and you guys did do that.
Big time.
Big time.
Big time. Like with our family and our kids. And all of that was a big thing. And now it's just not.